Well, hello everybody. We are here getting ready to do 1.1. Maybe you're wondering, well, why are we just now doing the very first section of our textbook? Well, our textbook assumed we were experts at solving equations, which that's just not true. And I don't care who we are at this point, right? You have to be able to solve an equation before you can actually write one from a word problem and solve it. So we always refresh, then come back to this section at the end of this unit. Writing word problems are some of the hardest things we can do. We can read them, we can sometimes answer them without even thinking about it, but we have a really hard time sometimes taking written word and turning it into an algebraic expression. So the first thing is first, make sure you read the whole question, all of it, not just pieces of it. Don't glance over it. Don't get tripped up on people's names because they sometimes use weird or hard to pronounce names. Can't say the person's name, make up a name that fits for you, whatever you like. Okay. Second, figure out what the variables are. What are the unknown in the problem? Once you do that, then you have an ability to start to write the equation. And again, write the whole equation out. Don't try to do it and hold that information in your head. Physically write it out and then use it. That'll help you get better at this. Let's go and look at the first example. Oh, Lamonte. Again, if you don't like this name, you can't pronounce it, call him Lou, call him Joe, call him Sally. Doesn't matter what you call him, but don't let words trip you up when you read these problems, okay? So Lamonte just accepted a job at a new company where he will make an annual salary of $60,000. Means he's starting making 60,000. Lamonte was told that for each year he stays with the company, he will be given a salary raise of $2,000. All right? Here's the questions they want from us. How much will he make in 10 years? And then they want us to write an equation after T years, an unknown amount of years. Who knows? Right? The first one is easy. A lot of us already look at it. We can start to do this in our heads and we finish it up. But that's not the hard part. The hard part is writing this equation. So let's start to write this equation first, right? He is starting out with $60,000. So that's where we start with $60,000. Wouldn't that be nice? 60 grand. That's what he's making. And then each year they're going to add to that. That means a plus symbol. $2,000 per year. And they said use T for the word years. So to that, they're going to add 2,000 additional dollars for each year. We don't know how many years, so they say use the variable T. And that's the expression that can represent however many years it is. Now, the problem we have here is this. They want us to figure out 10 years. So basically, we're going to remove our T and plug in a 10. As when we start to do computation, if you are not good with all of this mental math work, then by all means, please use a calculator. We're allowed a calculator from the very first question on our end of course test. So you're allowed a calculator from every single question we do in this class. Learn to master the tools that they allow us to use. Again, we're going to remove this T. So we put a set of parentheses in and it says plug in 10 for years. Plugging in 10. Right? So now we got a little bit of math, order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, multiplication, distribute, 20,000. And yes, I checked that in my calculator, so you should too. Don't make tiny math errors. And we rewrite everything else. I know we are at the point where maybe you do this in your head, but guys, show all your work for now. We're getting back in the game after a long summer. Do it. 60,000 plus 20,000 is 80. This is how much Lamonte is going to make in 10 years. So not bad. Could be better. There you go. Write the equation. and then use this equation to answer it. I don't like that they do it this way. Start here with your equation, then do it. This is the mental math. A lot of us can do this on our own, and not the hard part in this class. It's writing the equation. At a fast food restaurant, an order of fries costs 97 cents, and a drink costs $1.04. How much would it cost to get 5 orders of French fries and 4 drinks? Again, that is not the hard part. The hard part is trying to figure out this equation. So when we go and look at this, we need to write the equation for any amount of French fries. It says use little f. So 97 cents times f, however many French fries we have. Then it says $1.04 times however many drinks we have. That's your expression. Great. Now that you know this, doesn't matter how many fries, you can plug them in and work. 0.97. Remove the F, and we'll put in 5 because these order 5 orders of French fries. Sodas were $1.04. We're going to remove the D and plug in 4. Now the rest of this is calculator driven. So you have 0.97 times 5. Use a calculator. 4.87 plus $1.04 times 4, and that gives us $4.16. If we add these two together, that's our total, $9.01. Okay. Here's one where they're giving us an equation and they just want us to explain what the parts mean. Alexandra signing up for a streaming music service. There's a fixed cost for a monthly membership, an initial charge, $7.99. And then there's a cost per song that is downloaded. So right here, when you look at this, you're going to see that, there you go, that cost per song is $1.75. And as you keep reading, they're talking about, oh, X is going to represent the number of songs. He's going to represent the number of downloads. And from this, they want us to answer, well, what would the $1.75 be? It is the cost per song. So again, you have right here, cost per song. And so sometimes they just give us the equations and they want us to be able to figure out, what do the different pieces mean? Cost per songs, that's $1.75 per song. All right, there you go. Last one is about this Frank, this guy just riding his bicycle. He's supposed to ride his bicycle 45.6 miles in a week, and it has already been driven 20 miles. And he wants to ride 4 more days. So we got to figure this out. So we know he's going in total. That's our total cost. That's 45.6 miles. Right? He's already gone 20 miles. And to this, he's riding 4 more days. But we have no idea how many miles that needs to be. So they say use M. Great. So that's the equation. Now this goes right back to where we started. If we go to solve for M, right, we're solving for this. Subtract your 20. That gives us with a 25.6. Those cancel, and then we bring down the 4M. One last step, that M is not by itself yet, so we have to divide by 4. And if we divide one side by 4, you have to divide the others by 4. And make sure you're using a calculator for this. We have 25.6 divided by 4. Our calculator says 6.4 more miles. That's how much he has to go each day in order to hit that total that he wanted. So we use this information to write it, and then we use it to solve. So it's not so bad when you practice. Make sure you guys are doing your homework.